I am a warrior, the Saiyan Prince, Vegeta!
Brakathe Hawa, Brakathe Hawashai, Brakathe Hawa, Brakathe Hawashai, Brakathe Hawa, Brakathe Hawashai. Call Allah Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Call Kadash. Peace, Israel, and Shalom to the sincere Akwafim, Wa, Akim, and children, diligent in spirit, Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Try to make their call in election sure. It's McQuah from the Living Waters Virginia Church, and I'm gonna get right into it. This is John 14:23. Yahawah answered and said unto him, if a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Father will love him, and he will come unto him and make our abode with him. So it says Yahawah. So Yahawah said, if a man love me, he will keep his words. Okay, and his words are his sayings. Okay, and his words is going to treating our people. Matter of fact, John 13:34, it says, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. So that's one of his words, one of his sayings. Okay, that we love one another, and we have been loved by him. Okay, and that's what we have to do. And another part on that, it says, if we keep his word, Yahawah is going to be with us. Watch this. And that's going to be in humble as well, because not only got to love our people, we also got to be in a humble mind state. Let me see. Psalms 138:6, though the Lord Yahawah be high, yet he have respect unto the lowly, but the proud he knoweth far off. So Yahawah knows the lowly. Okay, and watch this. It's Matthew 11:29. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. So there's two things Yahawah told us. Okay, if we follow his words, the Lord is going to be with us. Okay, if we follow his words, we're going to be his disciples. We're going to be after his matter of fact, read again, John 14:23. Yahawah answered and said unto him, if a man love me, he will keep my words. Now the words is talking about loving our people, right? Being in the spirit that he was in. That says, and my Father will love him, and he will come unto him and make abode with him. And then we know the Father deals with the people who are lowly, right? Who are humble and meek. Why is that? And that's what Yahawah told us to be, in his spirit, lowly and meek. Why? So Yahawah will come unto us. Okay, we gotta love our people and be meek and humble. Okay. This is 1 John 2:4. Matter of fact, we'll start at 3. And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. So that's how we can determine who knows Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai and who doesn't, by who's keeping his commandments. Right? Now watch this. Or they're going to show you specifically which one he's talking about. Because when the guy asked Yahawah, which is the greatest commandments, he didn't say every one. He nailed it down to two particular things. Right? And we all know what he said, but I'm going to get this. Because it said right here in 1 John 2:3. Hereby we know that we know him if we keep his commandments. So see what he's talking about. 1 John 4:7. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of Yahawah, And everyone that loveth is born of Yahweh and knoweth Yahweh. He that loveth not Yahweh, who that loveth not Yahweh, Slack, he that loveth not, knoweth not Yahweh, for Yahweh is love. Okay? And it just said in 1 John 2:3, we know that we know him, keep his commandments. Now what it said, that we love, we know him, right? And we know the greatest commandments is loving the Most High and loving your neighbor as yourself, right? Now, the only way to love the Most High is to love your neighbor. So you can't do one without the other. Matter of fact, watch this. 1 John 4:20. If a man say, I love Yahweh and hate his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he have seen, how can he love Yahweh whom he have not seen? So the only way to know Yahweh Shem Shai is through love, right? And if we keep his commandments, which the two greatest commandments is loving the Most High and loving your neighbor. And it just says you can't love, if you don't love your neighbor, you don't love Yahweh. Okay, so you can't keep the second without the first one. You can't get the first one without the second one. You got to keep both. You got to follow. You got to love your neighbor in order to love Yahweh Shem Shai. And the reason we're going over this is because identifying who knows Yahweh Shem Shai, identifying by who's doing what he said to do. Okay, who's being rooted. It's Colossians 2:4. And this I say, lest any man should beguile you with enticing words. For though I be absent in the flesh, yet I am with you in the spirit, joying and beholding your order and the steadfastness of your faith in Hamashiach. As ye have therefore received Hamashiach YAHAWASHI the Lord, so walk ye in him. So we got to walk in the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay? Because, and it says don't be beguiled. And the way we're not going to be beguiled is that we follow the spirit, the way the spirit is. Right? People think people don't know what the spirit. That's how the majority of our people are deceived, because they don't know the spirit. Right? It's just let me get the spirit real quick. Galatians 5:22. But the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. So that's the spirit. Okay? When the man is in the spirit, we know he's of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay? It says back over here, Colossians 2:4. Well, I'm going to start back up at verse 7. It says, rooted and built up in him, established in the faith. So we're rooted and built up in Yahweh Shem Shai. That's how our faith is established. That's how we're proven. Okay. So it says rooted and built up, right? Let me see. If I can find it. Ephesians 4. Now, for Ephesians 3:17, it says that Hamashiach may dwell in your hearts by faith, that ye being rooted and grounded in love. See, being rooted and grounded in love, which love goes into the spirits that we ought to be in. Okay, that's how we know Yahweh Shem Shai is in us, when we have that spirit: love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, meekness, and faith, and temperance. So back over here, Colossians 2. In verse 7, rooted and built up in him and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. See, that's how we stay stable. Okay, being in the spirit. All of the traits: love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, meekness, faith. That's how we're rooted. Okay, that's how we have that stability. It says, beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the traditions of men, and after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. Yahawashi. So that's why we gotta discern what's going on with people who we're learning from, people who we're seeing. Okay, people that are of the faith. We gotta discern if they're on the left hand side or on the right hand side. And how do we determine that? Okay. We determine that by the Spirit. If they're not in love, joy, peace, gentleness, meekness, faith, kindness, charity, if they're not in that spirit, then they're not of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're not of his sheep. Okay, they're not rooted and grounded. Okay. Go back over here. Colossians 1:23. It says, if you continue in the faith, grounded and settled, and be not moved away from the hope of the gospel, which ye have heard, and which was preached to every creature which is under heaven, wherefore I, Paul, am made a minister. See, that's what we got to do. We got to continue in the faith and be grounded and settled, and not being moved, keeping our integrity. Right? It says Isaiah 33:6. That wisdom and knowledge is going to be stability of thy time, and that wisdom and knowledge is of Yahawashi, being rooted and grounded in love, being rooted and grounded in Yahawashi, understand how he would move, how he worked, okay, not render evil for evil, okay, being about peace, preaching the gospel of peace, having that forgiveness and mercy towards all our people, even the ones that deserve it and the ones that don't, and the ones that so-called don't deserve it. Okay, that's how we move like Yahawashi. That's how we're rooted and grounded. That's how we keep the faith. Okay. Let's go over here. Matthew 13:6. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. Because they had no root, they withered away. Okay, and you got people right now who are in the faith, so-called, right? But when that sun is persecution, when that persecution come along, when they're tempted, they're going to fail because they're not rooted and grounded in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, they don't know how to move like Yahawashi move. They don't have that forgiveness, that mercy, that love, that honor, that integrity. Okay, they're easily rooted up, right? They'll be preaching one thing 1 second, and as soon as they get pissed off or somebody bothers them or somebody disrespect them, everything is just turned up. Okay, they pulled completely out the ground because they're not rooted and grounded. Yahushua was never pulled up. Yahushua was never rooted. Pulled out from the ground, ripped off. His integrity was taken away. No, he kept it 100 all the way into the end. This is John 15:5. It says, I am the vine, and ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, you can do nothing. See, we can do nothing without the Spirit, without the fruit, love, peace, forgiveness, mercy, charity, right? Meekness, temperance. We can't, godliness. We can't do nothing without these. Okay? And that's all Yahawashi. That's all his Spirit that he gave us. Okay? We can't do nothing without that. Without that, we're going to be plucked up. Okay? That's our stability. That's that wisdom and knowledge of Yahawashi that's going to keep us stable. Okay? Being rooted and grounded in love. That's what's going to keep us grounded in this. Being humble. That's what's going to keep us grounded. Matthew 7:25-24. It says, therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which builded his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon the house, and it fell not, for I was founded upon that rock. So Yahawashi is that rock, being rooted and grounded in Yahawashi, which is in love, forgiveness, meekness, charity, mercy, kindness, gentleness, meekness, faith, which all those spirits. That's that house that's never going to fall. Okay, that's that house you can bank on that. Okay, that's going to go towards those treasures in heaven. Okay, but with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekal, Kadash, Shalom.